I made 1,000.
All week they've been cashing.
I have tripled my bankroll.
I feel like you print money over here.
You're the most consistent.
Ain't nobody that's spot on like you, man.
So far, it's been like around 75% hit rate.
You feeding families, man.
PrizePicks, man. He is the fucking man.
What's up, guys? It's B Wade. We have 2 Monday night games. In this video, I'm going to be covering the Chargers at the Cardinals. I have covered the other game in another video you can watch if you're interested in that Ravens matchup. So, I'm going to cover my favorite. There's 4 player prop bets as well as 1 game market that I'm going to cover in this video. Just a quick recap, guys. We went 3-2 today on the picks that I gave out, which is not necessarily as well as I'd like to do, but it does end us in the green, which is ultimately the goal. And then on the parlay I gave you guys for the 1 o'clock games, we missed it. Really missed the game script on the Seattle Seahawks at Falcons game. They ended up blowing them out, and so Seahawks took their foot off the gas, and Geno did not cover. He was on pace to cover. They were blowing it up, but they slowed down on the pass game, started running a ton, and he didn't clear it. But Josh Allen didn't throw a pick. DK Metcalf went way over on receiving yards. So we were almost there, but we did miss that, and I just try to be fully transparent with you guys. I always, want you guys to know how we're doing and keep you updated on that. So I'm going to get into these picks. I always put my picks in pretty much on Underdog, Better, Dabble. Dabble's actually going to give you $25 for free if you sign up and use code BWadePicks. Underdog is going to double your first deposit when you use code BWade. They're also going to give you a free pick, but you have to use code BWade to get that free pick when you sign up. So let's jump into these picks, and full transparency, as that's what I like to practice, guys. 3 of these picks are going to be J.K. Dobbins. I fucking love him in this matchup. I think he's going to eat. Jim Harbaugh loves him, so I love him, right? I'm going to start out with J.K. Dobbins for an anytime touchdown. Gus Edwards is out for this game. He is the ultimate poacher. J.K. didn't play much in Baltimore, but Gus Edwards was the main poacher of touchdowns there, and he followed J.K. Dobbins to Los Angeles, and he is now poaching touchdowns here. But he is out for this game, and there are a few different reasons why I really like this one. So, Jim Harbaugh doesn't want Justin Herbert closing out drives on the ground, right? They have an offensive line that can easily bully around Arizona's defensive line. And it's clear that Jim Harbaugh loves J.K. Dobbins. He gave him 25 carries last game against a much better defensive line in Denver. And the Cards have allowed 5 rushing touchdowns in the last 4 games. And they've allowed 6 rushing touchdowns from the 5 or closer, which is tied for the most in the NFL. I don't see anyone else poaching the touchdowns from Dobbins in this game. And so I love him to get at least 1. You see here, they are 29th, giving up 3.2 and giving up a touchdown per game to running backs rushing the ball. Now, my next one is going to be J.K. Dobbins over on longest rush. So, I actually like him at over 16.5. You'll see what you can find it at, but looking at this year, he has covered this in 3 out of 5 games so far. They have already used their bye. But J.K. Dobbins is 3rd in the NFL with number of rushes for 12 yards or more. He has 11, despite the fact that he's already had a bye. So he's at a 1-game disadvantage, and he's still in 5th for rushes of 12 yards or more. He's also faced really good run defenses already, which Arizona is not. And so if he's already putting up numbers like that against these stronger run defenses, I'm really confident he's going to break a big one against Arizona. He also has an explosive run rate of 13.6% on his carries, putting him in top 5 for non-quarterbacks. He has a rush of 20 yards or more in 3 of his 5 games, as you can see here. And he has great breakaway speed despite all of the knee surgeries he has had. Man, J.K. Dobbins, there's multiple years that I've drafted him for fantasy football. It's like a kind of sleeper, like in the 4th, 5th round, thinking he could break out and be an RB1. And the poor guy just he'd blow his knee out in the preseason, in the first game of the year. It was like 3 years in a row in Baltimore, and finally they gave up on him, and now he's in Los Angeles, and him and Jim Harbaugh are a match made in heaven, because Harbaugh loves to run the ball, and J.K. Dobbins is just fucking eating it up. So love him for longest rush and touchdown. And then a little bit more simple, we are just going to take him on rush yards as well. Looking at this one, 79.5. I was finding him around 76, 75, so I'm going to set it there. But you can see here, he's covered it in 3 out of his 5 games so far. He started the year out with back-to-back 130-yard games. One of those is against Carolina, which is just a decimated defense. But Arizona is almost, they're in the bottom 10% of the league, giving up 125 rushing yards a game to running backs, right? Not to anyone. And so Jim Harbaugh loves running the ball, especially against this terrible Cardinals defense. Dobbins got 25 carries last week off a bye, and he's not going to need nearly that many to get over in this game. When he gets 10 carries or more, he averages 84 yards per game. So you can see down here, he has gotten at least 10 carries every game this year already, and it's actually just continued to increase up to 25 last game. In the last 4 weeks, the Cardinals have allowed 187, 216, 153, and 179 on the ground with 5 touchdowns. Guys, that's over 150 yards every game, all the way up to 216 in the last 4 weeks. They are just getting blown out on the ground. And then the Chargers, which are a premier team, they are going to wear them down. So I think JK eats a ton in the third and fourth quarter. Jim Harbaugh loves to run. He's going to continue to pound the rock. And even if Dobbins isn't really making a ton of headway early in the game, they're going to wear down this D-line. And over time, in the third, fourth quarter, Dobbins is going to start to break some big ones. And then also, I am taking Dobbins in alt markets for over 100 yards. So if you're interested in that, it's something that I see a lot of value and potential in. So I'm taking him over 99.5 yards in alt markets on Hard Rock Bet, which is our local book down here. Now, finally switching it up from those 3 with J.K. Dobbins, I like Trey McBride over 47.5 receiving yards. McBride, he's been a focal point for the Cardinals this year, and even with Marvin Harrison on the roster, but he's gotten 38 targets despite missing week 4. And so this year. He missed week 4, which was in between these two. In the last 2 weeks, he has gone over this mark. And then last week, with Marvin Harrison out due to the concussion, he had his best game of the year. He had 8 catches, 96 yards, and he actually has the most targets for tight ends. He leads the team with 38, and his 25.7% target share is not only the highest target share on the team, but it's the highest for tight ends throughout the whole league. So I like him to come in here, and in a game where I expect Arizona's probably going to be trying to catch up, but it's going to be a somewhat close game because the Chargers aren't a really high-scoring team, but Arizona's defense is so soft that I expect the Chargers to be leading the majority of this game and really just try to manage it on the ground. Trey McBride is going to get some looks. Unfortunately, Kyler Murray is super inconsistent this year. Some games he looks fantastic, some games he looks terrible, and Trey McBride, as you can see, his numbers are kind of a result of that. But I like him to go over. He's had two good games in a row, and he has really high target share. You see here, really consistent. He's gotten at least 6 targets every game this year, and so that is my favorite pick for the Cardinals. Now, when we look at game markets, my favorite pick in the game markets is actually going to be the Chargers to be leading at halftime. So Chargers minus half a point, first half. And the Chargers, they start games with purpose. They don't fall behind, and they're going to be able to work the ball on the ground and milk the clock. They're plus 45 point differential in the first half, which is the second best in the NFL. The Cardinals have trailed at half by 10 points or more in 4 straight games, and they've given up at least 17 points in all 4 of those games. The Cardinals also have a minus 19 first half point differential, which is 23rd in the NFL. So, and really, the Chargers have the better coaching. They have the better game script coming into the game, and they have a great run game. So I see them coming into the game better prepared with a script of plays that they are going to stick to open the game, and I see the Cardinals kind of floundering, and I like for that reason the Chargers to get off to a good start, which they have been doing pretty much all of this year, and the Cardinals to get off to a slow start and pretty much be trying to play catch up in the second half. So those are my picks for this game, guys. You see on the bottom of the screen, you will get your first deposit doubled with Better or Underdog. They will both double your first deposit when you use code BWADE. You can also use the link that I will put down below in the description. And if you are interested in getting my premium picks, there is a link below in the description for that as well. VIP continues to profit. We've been profitable 31 of the last 32 weeks. We're up about 10 units for the past week. So love to get you guys in there to start winning with us. I'll even give you a free week of VIP if you sign up with Better or Underdog and use my code. Just shoot me a text message after you sign up. I'll put my phone number below in the description. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you appreciated the content and the research and analysis that I walked through with you here, I'm going to ask that you like and subscribe. This is a new channel for me. My last one got taken down a couple weeks ago. I'm still trying to get answers from YouTube on that. But and then just, press the like button. Throw a comment down there to let me know if you're tailing, if you have any questions. Those little things take you 2 seconds, but they really do help me out a ton. It means a lot to me. I put a lot of work and research into this, and I'm happy to do it for free. I want to help us all win. But just a little bit of love down there goes a long way. So I appreciate you guys watching. Let's make some money Monday night.